Okay. I just tried to go live a second ago and it said failed to broadcast. So I'm trying again. But anyway, I think I'm going to do some more Would You Rathers because that was really fun last time. And okay. My phone keeps tripping. I don't know if it's going to cut out or not again. But I was saying earlier that buzzing sound is my fan because it's hot in here. So sorry if it's loud. So let's start off easy. This one looks silly. Ha, that's funny. Okay, one of these is funny on here. So let's get into it. This one says, would you rather lose your phone or lose your wallet? My phone. I lose my phone all the time. I'd be fine with that. Have one close friend or have many friends? One close friend. These are kind of similar to the ones I did before. I hope most of them are different, but I'm not sure. Guys, is my voice gone? I sound different, I feel like. Would you rather be a celebrity or meet your fave celeb? That's a really good one. Who is my favorite celebrity? I don't know who my favorite... Wait, do I know? I'm not sure who my favorite celebrity is now, but 13-year-old Kayla? Easy, light work, Tom Holland. Ooh, she had it bad for Tom Holland. That was insane. That was one heck of a phase I had. So... now, though, I don't know, but for my 13-year-old self, I would say meet Tom Holland. That'd be really cool. Versus, like, be a celebrity. I don't need to be a celebrity. Okay, I'm going to keep scratching my face because I think the pollen is making me break out on my face, and I have this, like, TMI, like, this rash on my face. It's just so bad. But anyway, what was I saying? Oh, yeah, I don't really need to be a celebrity. I don't need people in my business, you feel what I mean? But to meet my favorite celebrity, I feel like that'd be kind of cool, aside from the fact that, like, people are always saying, like, don't meet your heroes. Like, I wouldn't want him to be anything outside of what I'm hoping he'll be. You know what I'm saying? So, I don't know. But for my 13-year-old self, I'm going to meet Tom Holland if I have the opportunity. Would you rather have no house or have no car? No car. You can get by without having a car. Because, like, if you know people who have a car, boom. But if you don't have a house, that's, like, not having a house is a bigger, like, what's it called, burden on other people versus you not having a car. I feel like I would rather have a friend who needed to borrow my car all the time than needed to live with me. Or maybe not. Like, if she could help with rent, maybe that wouldn't matter. That's a really good question. Would you rather have a friend that lives with you because they have no house, or who always needed to borrow your car? Wait, that's not what they asked. I'm making up my own questions. They asked me if I would rather have no house or no car. Would I rather have no house or no car? I personally would rather have no car. Worst case scenario, I stay home. You feel what I mean? Would you rather be poor and happy or I thought it said be poor and happy or rich and happy. I was like, you asked me that for what? But no, it says be poor and happy or be rich and unhappy. I mean, poor and happy, I guess. I feel like that one is an easy answer because if you're happy, you're happy. You feel what I mean? If I'm happy, it's like I don't know that I'm poor. Like, I would know that I'm poor, but it's like I wouldn't care. It wouldn't be a struggle. As long as, if I'm poor but I'm not struggling, I enjoy life, then, I mean, yeah, I guess I'd be happy. But if I'm rich and unhappy, that means that everything that I have in my life, I'm still not satisfied, and I'm still sad or depressed or whatever, and that's sad. I don't want that. Y'all, my face burns. Maybe something bit me. That's unfortunate. Would you rather have 10 pets or have 10 kids? I'm gonna have to say 10 pets because it really didn't specify, and I could have 10 fish for all I care. I'm not having 10 children. I'm just really not. I'm having like 2 max. I'm not having more. If I have more than 2, it was an accident. You feel what I mean? I can't lie. I can't even lie. Win a $1 million lottery or meet your soulmate. Soulmate? What? Soulmate. Easy. You know how rare that is to, like, yeah, soulmate. Would you rather be a mind reader? First of all, this is the fastest I've ever gone through Would You Rathers. I don't know if it's because it's hot in here. I don't know if it's because my voice gone or because my face is burning, but I usually give like 3-minute long answers for everything, and I'm like speeding through this. Would you rather be a mind reader or be able to be invisible? Whatever's in your head, I do not need to know. Like, sometimes I want to know what people are thinking, but not that bad. Sometimes I'm like, I really hope you never tell me what's going on in your head. You feel what I mean? Like, you ever met someone, you're like, the things you must have going on in there to make you do or say that. You feel what I mean? Tell me that wasn't scary. I didn't know what that was. I knew it was my balloon. Listen, I need to... Okay. I need to get rid of these balloons. They're from my birthday. Anyway, what was I saying? Oh, I'd rather be invisible because... Wait, what did it say? Be able to be invisible. Yeah, not invisible all the time, but like if I needed to be invisible, I could be. Which is funny because I was just like, whatever's in your head is in your head. I don't need to know. But if I were invisible, I would use that to like spy on people maybe. Or honestly, if I were invisible, I would use it to get into places I'm not supposed to be. Like if someone left the door open, I would like get in there and I don't know. I don't know. I don't really feel the need to sneak around or like be in people's business. I don't really care. So if I were invisible for real, what would I do? I have no idea. But either way, I think I would rather be invisible than be a mind reader. Okay, unlimited free clothes or unlimited free food? Ooh, that's a hard one. I spend more money... Okay, this may be because I live with my padres, but if I didn't live with them, and I would probably spend more money on food than clothing, because as of right now, they buy my food for me, and I just spend money on my clothes. So unlimited free clothes or unlimited free food? I gotta say food, right? I gotta say food. That's like the ethical answer. I'm gonna go with food, I guess. I guess if I have unlimited food, I can use that food money for clothes. So yeah, sure. Would I rather live in the city or live in the country? Country. The city scares me. I can't even lie. I don't have claustrophobia like that, but being in the city makes me feel trapped. Like I could not get out of there fast if I needed to. And you can't. If there's a true, like real reason that you need to leave, there's probably a reason that all of you need to leave. And guess what? Everybody's going to be trying to leave the same time as you, and it's going to get congested and tight and dangerous, and I just can't. I need to be able to leave if I want to. You feel what I mean? Oh, these are so cute. Okay. Would you rather be a fast swimmer or fast runner? That's a good question. I love swimming. I do not run. You could not pay me to go on a run. I do not run. But it would be cool to be a fast runner. But I do enjoy swimming. But I don't really need to be fast. I just want to be good at it. I can swim. I can fully swim, right? But am I fast? Maybe not. You know, that's funny. I think I would say fast runner. I'd like to be a fast runner. I think I'd have more situations where I need to run fast and where I need to swim fast. So yeah, I think I'd rather be a fast runner. Would you rather speak to animals or read minds? Here we go with the reading minds again. If it's between those two, speak to animals, because... Wait, I don't know. Speaking to animals would be like such a Snow White thing. I would feel so special if I could do that. However, if I could read minds, I can pick and choose. I always like steer away from reading minds because I'm like, I don't want to know what people are thinking. But I only have to do it when I want to. And so maybe, I don't know, maybe I would ask someone something and then wait to hear their answer. And if I don't believe it, then I could just read their mind and see what they're saying. So yeah, maybe read minds versus speak to animals. Would you rather always be cold or always be hot? As like, listen, I was getting ready this morning and it was hot in the bathroom and I kept like dropping my hair clips and I kept like spilling my hair oil and dropping my scrunchies. I would have been completely okay with all of that if it were cold in there. It was hot and it was driving me insane. I hate being hot. I hate it. Half the reason I went live right now is because it's so hot in my room and I couldn't I needed to do something to get my mind off of it. And you're probably like, if you're so hot, why do you have a robe on your lap? Because I was wearing shorts, okay? And I didn't want to change, but I also was like, I probably shouldn't go live in shorts, you feel what I mean? So I would always rather be cold. Because you can fix cold. It's so hard to fix being hot, you know what I'm saying? And being hot makes me irritable, I can't lie. Would I rather lose my eyesight or lose my hearing? I don't like questions like that. It's sad. That makes me really sad. I don't know, because this is what I always think. Like, if I lose my sight, I can never look at something so beautiful, you know? I think of like the most beautiful thing I've ever seen. I'm like, I would have never seen that, right? But when I think about losing my hearing, I'm like, I will never be able to listen to music or hear someone say something nice to me. And I'm like, that is so sad, you know? But it's like with sight and hearing, there's always something to make up for it. If I can't listen to music, I get to look at music being made, or I get to look at a beautiful landmark or whatever. But if I can't see, I get to listen to beautiful music and I get to hear people's voices and I get to hear, I don't know, maybe I'd rather... I don't know. That is so hard. Because I think of it like this. If I have my eyesight, I see everything everyone else sees. And I can't hear, but I see everything. And I fully, like, you know. But if I can't hear, if I'm not looking at you, and people who don't hear usually have a heightened sense of everything else. But, like, if I can't hear, I feel like I'd be the kind of person who doesn't have those heightened senses, you feel what I mean? So if I personally could not hear and I'm not looking at you, I'm not going to know that you're there. I'm not going to know that you were coming or that you were trying to get my attention, none of that. So personally for me, because of the way that I'm wired, I might need to be able to see versus hear because, shoot, I would be like, I don't know. And also like, wait, what did I just say? If I couldn't hear, I just made it sound like I would rather be able to hear because if I could see you but not hear you, I wouldn't know anything. Wait, is how? I don't even know what I just said. Well, in conclusion, I would rather have my sight, okay? And I was just thinking of, like, you know, if I couldn't hear, I wouldn't be able to listen to music. But one thing I would be able to do, and one thing I want to do so bad, is go to see a ballet. I want to see a ballet so bad. And yes, a big part of that is the music, but another thing about going to a ballet or being in theater is that the music is so loud that you can feel it. So, like, even if I couldn't hear it, I'd be able to feel the vibrations and see them dancing and see their expressions and know what they're feeling. I need to be able to see. I think I need to be able to see things. Would I rather only eat... Oh, I thought I was going to say sweet. It says, would I rather only eat salty foods or spicy foods? Who the crap wants to eat spicy food all the time? That sounds like your stomach would be toe up all the time. Your nose would be running all the time. I can't lie. I would choose salty, except for I thought that they were going to say salty or sweet. Sweet all day long. I could eat sugar all day freaking long. It doesn't make my stomach hurt. It doesn't give me a headache. I feel no repercussions of eating sugar except for like gaining weight. You know what I'm saying? I really, really like sugar. So if it were salty and sweet, no brainer. Salty and spicy, kind of also no brainer because I like spicy food, but not enough to eat it all the time. I don't know. Okay, would I rather play video games or play with my pet? I've never had a pet. But I'll say this. If I had a pet, I would be playing with my pet. I have video games and I don't play them because I have two sisters and they're technically their games. I have no urge or like want to play video games. And I have played them before and I'm really, really bad. So probably play with my pet. I want a turtle so bad. Who's gonna buy me a turtle? I want one. I want one that swims. Okay. Would I rather... Oh my gosh, I don't like time questions. Would I rather visit the future or go back in time? Neither. What happened, happened. What's going to happen is gonna happen. You feel what I mean? I don't need to know it before it happens. I don't need to be trying to change things. But I guess if I could do one or the other, I would visit the past, because it doesn't have to be my past. It could just be past in general, I guess. If I wanted to go back and experience like a certain time period, I guess I could do that. Yeah, that'd be cool. I'd like to visit the 20s. They do that a lot on Vampire Diaries, and it just always looks so cool. And I feel like I would want to do that. Would I rather... Wait, what? Did I ask for that twice, or did I read them bottom to top? I'm so dead. I already read Meet Your Fave Celeb or Be a Celeb. Wait, was that on a different one? Oh, okay. I was like, why did I skip to the bottom of this? This one has the same one. Okay. Wait, no, what? These must be made by the same people. They have two sets of the same question. But anyway, here's another one. Would I rather get up early or sleep in late? Get up early. Getting up early is not fun, but I feel... Guys, my face. I feel more accomplished when I wake up early. Not that I can't get things done when I sleep in late. I just feel rushed. I never feel like, oh, I'm so glad I got to sleep in late. I feel like, oh, I slept in too late. Now, sleeping in past the time I usually would wake up, that's cool. But sleeping in late, like, it's late in the day. It's like, I don't know, 12 or 12:30, almost 1. That's too much for me. The latest I let myself sleep in is 10:30. I can't sleep through the entire morning. You feel what I mean? That stresses me out. I can't lie. Would I rather watch a movie or read a book? Watch a movie. I've been reading a lot more lately, but I read purely for entertainment. Usually when I have a lapse in time where I feel like there's nothing else for me to do, then I'll read. I read a lot when I have breaks in school. But see, I wouldn't watch TV at school. You know what I'm saying? So unless watching TV was truly not an option, I'm going to watch TV instead. But I do enjoy reading. Would I rather go on a cruise or go camping? Oh, that's a really hard question. Guys, I have a lot of allergies, and they're pretty bad. Hence my voice. It's allergy season, and I'm on an allergy pill and everything, but I'm just not going on a cruise. You will never catch me on a cruise ship. Listen, cruise ships are massive. They are massive, and I just really don't mess with them at all. I don't mess with cruise ships. They sink a lot. I'm pretty sure they flood. Like, they get, like, leaks all the time. You get, like, seasickness. I don't know if I have that. I've never been on a cruise ship before, but other people do, and that's gross. I've seen videos where people will be, like, on the ship, and, like, in certain... I'm not actually sure exactly how to explain it, but in the video, they're, like, leaning severely. They're, like, leaning, and it's hard for them to walk. It's just stressful. Like, no, I would rather have an allergic reaction, an acute allergic reaction in the woods, and, you know, for a weekend or so, and then go home, versus, like, go on a cruise ship and something happened and I'm, like, traumatized. I feel like, because I just feel like there's no way I'm going to go on a cruise and be okay. I feel like something bad's going to happen to me. I don't know. Okay, here's another read minds one. But would I rather read minds or predict the future? Wait, predict the future? What does that mean exactly? If you predict something, does that mean... Okay, difference between predict and premonition, right? If you predict something in the future, does that mean that you said it and you're like, this could happen, but you didn't think in your head that it really would, and then it happened? Like, there are so many instances where you said something and then it actually happened and you didn't know that it would come true. Is that what predict means? Because premonition seems something more like you knew it was going to happen and then it happened. Now, if I had the ability to have premonitions, I wouldn't want that, because I don't want to know about something bad happening before it happens, right? Because then I would try and stop it, or I would just be feeling obligated to help, and that's stressful, right? But if I could predict the future, meaning I say things all the time and I don't know that they're going to happen, but then they do. I mean, I didn't know that was going to happen. Like, as long as I don't know that I have that power, that's okay. Or as long as I don't get a feeling that it's going to happen, that's okay. Like a bad feeling about things, I don't want to have that. Or would I rather be able to read minds? I don't know. I'm going to put a condition on it. I'd rather be able to predict the future, but only good things. I only want to predict good things. I don't know if that even makes sense. There's always cause and effect, and some effects are bad. But I want to only know about the good stuff. If that makes any sense. Ooh. Would I rather explore space or explore the ocean? Those are both pretty scurry. I don't really need to know. I'm really good right here on dry, solid ground. That's so scary. I don't want to explore the ocean. But when I was in high school, I thought for sure that I was going to be a marine biologist. So maybe that, if I got into marine biology, then that's like kind of technically like exploring the ocean. That's cool. I might rather do that than explore space, because space is truly intimidating. So was the freaking ocean, bruh. So was the ocean. But I don't know. I feel like maybe because I've seen the ocean and I've been near the ocean and I know a little bit about it. I don't know. I wouldn't mind studying space, but I don't want to explore. I don't want to be sent into space. You feel what I mean? I don't want to be sent into the ocean either. Ooh, that's a really hard question. What do you guys think? I don't know. Do I want to, like, study space? Studying space would be really cool. Maybe study space. I know it says explore, but truthfully, I'm not choosing to explore either of those. But study, I would study space. That's squirted on my arm. Would I rather be president or be a movie star? I don't want to have to be in charge of people. I don't want that power at all. I have no interest in that. I can't lie. Netflix or Disney Plus? Disney Plus. Netflix has been tripping lately. Have y'all heard about that? They're doing too much. My friend told me that they just got commercials. And like, yeah, Disney has commercials, but I don't know. I guess for me personally, I'm okay with Disney Plus. I wasn't okay with it at first. But okay, here's the thing. Here's the real thing. I have the Disney and Hulu package, so I have commercials. I think if you just have the Disney Plus thing, it doesn't have commercials. I don't know if that's true or not. But mine has commercials because I have Hulu. And I don't love that, but it was to be, we knew that when we got it, right? Netflix, you got because it didn't have commercials. So now that it does, it's like, you're just like everybody else, babes. And you're like really asking for too much, right? So now it's like you're comparing Netflix to all these other things when it used to stand alone, I guess. I don't know what I'm saying. I don't even know what I'm saying. Maybe Disney Plus, though. I really like what Disney Plus has. Oh, this is funny. Would you rather fall in public or get a bad haircut? Fall in public. It's short-lived. I'm in public. I don't know those people. Get up, play it off, move on about my life. If I have a bad haircut, I'm going to see people that I know eventually, and they're going to see me in my bad haircut. That sucks. And I have to wait for it to grow out. That's too much. Would I rather be a rock star or a queen? A rock star. Oh, this is a good one. British accent or Southern accent? British. Live in Paris or live in New York? Ugh. The thing about Paris has been a bit spoiled for me because people say that it smells in Paris. New York is spoiled for me because I know it's busy and full and congested. There's so many people that live in New York, and New York is dirty. It's dangerous. That's like known stuff, right? New York is like living on the streets in New York. It's not that I'm saying I would live on the streets, but you know, it's like not. It's the city. I don't want to live in the city, but live in Paris or New York, I really don't know. I don't know anything about Paris. But I mean, I guess they're both. I've heard some correlating some facts that are true for both of them that match. You feel what I mean? Correlating, is that the word I'm looking for? So I guess I would rather be in New York because then I would at least still be like in the U.S. where I'm familiar. I don't know. Ice cream or cake? Cake. I want cake. Cake. Okay, This says, would you for $1,000,000? Yes or no? Eat a bug? Yes. I'd eat an ant for $1,000,000. Sure. If I get to choose my bug, an ant. Would you for $1,000,000 wake up at 4 a.m. every day for a year? Are you freaking kidding me? Yeah. Yeah. It would suck, but $1,000,000, yeah. For a year, sure. Because here's the thing, after like 2 weeks of waking up at 4 a.m., your body's gonna get used to it, and it's not gonna feel like such a big deal. For $1,000,000, would you lick the bottom of a homeless person's shoe? I don't know about that one, guys. You make it $1 million, because here's the thing, $1,000,000 is a lot of money to like regular people, right? But when I think about like movie stars and like actresses and like people who have makeup companies and stuff like that, $1,000,000 is nothing. They have like $50 million, 60, 100 million. You feel what I mean? So I'm doing nasty, ridiculous, outrageous stuff for $1,000,000. No, I'm gonna need about $60 million to do that. What if I get like a really bad disease? I can't cover that with $1,000,000. I can't cover that with $1,000,000 and then live my life. You feel what I mean? I'm gonna need a little bit more than $1 million. So no. Would you marry someone you hate for $1,000,000? Morally, that sucks, because I was literally about to say something crazy. Marry someone you hate for $1,000,000? No, because marriage is supposed to be sacred. Okay, so let's not do anything too crazy. Marry someone we hate and then like bend the rules of like the marriage because you hate that person. Let's not do that. No, I would not do that. Oh no. They just doubled down in this whole sentence. Drink pee, first of all, no, for $1,000,000. Then they say, drink pee instead of water for 2 months. Guys, I drink a lot of water. I got water with me right here. This is, I kid you not, maybe my 9th bottle of water today. I threw them away. They were all on the floor. I could have shown you. But 9 bottles of pee a day instead of water for 4 months? No. Let's see. Tell your parents all of your darkest secrets for $1,000,000. I don't really have secrets. If I have like deep, dark secrets that people shouldn't know, I feel like I don't know that people shouldn't know them, right? Because there are things about me that I would tell someone in a heartbeat and not feel embarrassed. Like, I don't know. I don't, like, there are things that I might not want someone to know, but if they knew it, I'm not gonna like crawl in a hole and die. Like, I'd just be like, oh, that's so embarrassing, you know? So my deepest, darkest secrets, probably for $1,000,000. I don't think I have anything about me that I'm like, oh, I can't tell them, you know? Or something I've done. I'm kind of a goody-goody. I grew up like a good kid. I didn't do crazy stuff. Not be able to use any electronic device for a year for $1,000,000. Yeah. It would be difficult, but I'd be able to do that. I'd be a 90s kid. I think about that sometimes. I'm like, how difficult we might feel like it would be to not have our electronics, but people did it for a long time, you know? And so however long I need to do it, if it's not the rest of my life, I'm gonna be okay. You know what I'm saying? Like, if I had to go a year without an electronic device, that'd be fine. Wait, does an electronic device include a TV? Now that would be hard. I can't lie to you. I can't even lie. If I didn't have a TV, that would be hard. Let's assume they're not including TVs. Let's assume they're talking about our phones, our iPads, our computers. I don't need those. I need my TV. Could I go a whole year without my phone, my iPad, or my computer? Absolutely. And I will be taking that milli. Thank you. Okay. Not be able to see or talk to your friends for a year for $1,000,000. That's sad, but that'd be okay. I mean, me and my best friend literally talk like twice a year. Because we're locked in, and we just, you know what I'm saying, we talk when there's something to be said. So I feel like if we waited a year, there'd be a lot to say. And I mean, I don't know, I think that she'd be okay with that. So yeah. Not be able to, I already read that. Go without showering or bathing for a year. No, Don't be gross. For $1 million, want your favorite celebrity to despise you. Yeah, I don't care if you like me or don't like me. I don't care. You don't even know me, and I don't know you. If you despise me, here's the thing. If you sing and you despise me, it's not like you're writing songs about how much you hate me. If your voice is T, your voice is T. I'm still going to listen to your music. I can't lie. If you are an actor, I'm still going to watch your movies. I really don't care that you don't like me. You ate that role down, and I'm going to watch the movie. It doesn't matter to me if you don't like me. That's funny. So yeah, I'm taking that Millie. Thank you. These questions are a little ushy-gushy. Please. This list is like 12 most beautiful questions ever asked. And one of them says, what would Beyonce do? Y'all are tripping so bad. What? That's really funny. I'm trying to... Hang on. Some of those questions are long. I'm just not reading all that. You know what I'm saying? It's funny. This is a list this says things to do since you only live once. Wait, maybe I should go live doing some of these things. That'd be kind of cool. Like prank calling people. That's really, really old. And I think that now people have like so many precautions, so many like things that keep you from prank calling people or bothering people. I don't know, and I don't like to feel like I'm bothering people, so maybe not, but I kind of did always kind of want to like prank call people. That seems kind of funny. Okay, so this list says walk into a shower with full clothing because I only live once. That's not fun or exciting. That's just itchy. Go up to a stranger and play rock, paper, scissors? No. I don't like bothering people. Because if someone did that to me, I'd be like... Okay, I don't think I would be mad because I just don't like... I wouldn't be angry at them for doing that, but I'd be like, what are you doing? What are you doing? Okay, run, walk, or bike a mile or two. That sounds fun. Call someone and say, sorry, I think you have the wrong number. That's funny. But kind of lame. That's kind of lame, I can't lie. Wear a shirt that says life. Wear a shirt that says life on a shirt and give people lemons. Wear a shirt that says life on a shirt, okay, and give people lemons. Y'all are just talking to talk. What does that even mean? Find people in a crowded space where they can all hear you say, I bet you are wondering why I gathered you here. No, these are really, really lame. These are childish. A 12-year-old made this, I bet. When someone asks you a question, say moo. Go up to someone and hug them. No. Ask someone for directions and walk the opposite way. That's funny. No, that's funny. Go to a random place and stare at someone until they notice. No, don't bother people. Try something you've never done before that seems hard to you. Something I've never done before that seems hard to me? Nothing dangerous, like a backflip. I'm genuinely so afraid of like doing a backflip. I think I would break my neck. I can't even lie. Or like skydiving, I would never do that. That's not something, things like that, like some people always say like, do something you're afraid of, you know, like make sure you conquer your fears, do things that you're afraid of. And it's like, sometimes I don't want my fears conquered. I'm afraid of skydiving and I don't want to overcome that. I don't need to skydive. I'm okay with not doing that. I'm okay with not like, what's the other one? It's like, you know what I kind of do want to do though? I do kind of want to, I don't know if it's called scuba diving or what, but when people swim in like really open, I look like my brain is about to buzz trying to describe what this looks like. You know, when people swim in those really exotic places and underwater, it's like a big open cave almost, but you could easily like get in and out, but it's just a big open, like it looks like it's been eroded, right? Like right, like there wasn't water there before. It's rock, but all the rock opened up and now there's water and you can swim in it. I want to do that so bad. That would be really cool. I'm not afraid of that, but that's something I've never done that I would love to do. Go on a roller coaster and scream at the wrong times. That's funny. But no, I hate roller coasters. I hate roller coasters. I can't lie. Okay, this or that. How long have I been live for? 35 minutes. I said I was gonna try and go to bed around like midnight. Whatever. This or that. Chocolate or cheese? Chocolate. I don't really like cheese. Peanut butter or Nutella? Nutella. Airplane or boat? Airplane. I've been on an airplane a lot of times. I've been on a ferry one time. That was kind of cool, but it was very nerve-wracking because, I don't know, I was just so sure someone was going to throw up, and I was like, please, don't leave me on this boat with, like, sick people. Gross. I was very, very nervous about that. But if I hadn't been focused on that, I think I might have liked it, because ferries are small. I will never, ever, ever, not ever be on a ship. I'm not doing that. But a ferry, that was cute. That was cutesy. You know what's so funny? So, like, I kind of have a thing about germs, and I really had a thing about germs when I was little. And the ferry we took, we were going to see this historic, I don't even know what you call it. Like, it wasn't a museum. It was, like, an actual living ground where people used to live a long time ago, and like the water would come on, but they told us not to drink it because the water was not clean. Like, you could not drink the water, right? And that freaked me out so much, and I was so sure that like there would be some speck of like bubonic plague that was alive on one of the surfaces or something, and that someone would touch it, and then when we get this like ancient disease, I was so sure someone was gonna like contract an ancient disease because we were in this super old ground where people used to live, right? When I tell you, I did not have fun at all on that trip. I was scared of the ferry. I was scared of people getting sick on the ferry. I was scared of getting some sort of disease from being in that old town. It was hot, right? My allergies were off the chain because it was hot outside and it had to be like spring or summer. I just was not having fun at all. That's funny. I forgot about that. Paris or Rome? I don't know. I don't know enough about foreign places. That's a shame. I think Rome. Yes, Rome. Easy. Wait, now I think about it. Rome. Duh. Rome. Beach or snow? Beach. Snow is fun, but only for a little while. I don't want to... well, I always said I wanted to visit a snowy place, but like in the Christmas time. I wouldn't want to... Ooh, that's a good question. But I don't want to live on the beach either, because beaches are bound to have some sort of storm and wash away your entire life. A snowstorm, not that bad. Your power might get cut out, but at least your house isn't going to disappear on you. I don't know. Let's stick with vacation. Beach, any time of the year except for like holiday time. I would want to be in the snow. It's cutesy. Mascara or eyeliner? I'm kind of getting cold now, I can't lie. Should I turn my fan off? Whatever, I'm about to get off live anyway. This has been fun, but I don't know, I'm kind of tired, I can't lie. Mascara, eyeliner though? I feel like... So I don't wear mascara anymore unless I actually want to put my makeup on, like go places and take pictures or something. But every day I don't wear it because it's hard to take off. And I won't wear something if I feel like it's hard to take off. I don't know. Eyeliner, I don't wear real eyeliner. If I were going to do eyeliner, I would use like eyeshadow and put it on my eyes, and it's really easy to take off. So maybe eyeliner, like faux eyeliner or whatever. Lip gloss or lipstick? Lip gloss. I wear lip gloss all the time, constantly. Y'all, my throat itches. Dresses or skirts? Dresses. Because that's your whole outfit. If you do a skirt, you might have to try and find a shirt that matches, but a dress, if you like the dress, you're good. Jeans or sweatpants? I want to say jeans just because I don't like wearing sweatpants everywhere. Sometimes I like to really put on real clothes if I'm going to leave the house. I don't like dressing casual all the time. I want to look, like I said, like I put on some real clothes. So maybe jeans over sweatpants. I rarely ever wear sweatpants unless I'm actually at home. So probably jeans. Silver or gold? Gold. Come on, give me more questions, please. Did I do this pink one already? Yes, I did. Why is my computer tripping so bad? It's like, it won't show me anything. Who are you, bro? Get out of my comments. Get out of my chat, please. This is funny. Would you rather get away with lying every time or always know that someone is lying? I answered something like this on one of my other ones. I think I would rather always know when someone's lying because I don't lie. So that'd be like a waste of a talent. And I wouldn't like pick up lying for the sake of getting away with it. You know what I'm saying? Like, why would I do that? I don't like deceiving people. I'm just be honest with you. Please, this is funny. Wait, this is real. Would you rather look like a fish or smell like a fish? Look like a fish. Because I could look like a fish and still be pretty. Be like, she's really pretty, but she kind of looks like a fish. I don't know, she's still pretty. I feel like that's how that would go down, right? But if you smell like a fish, that smell is so distinct and unexcusable. You cannot ignore that. Smelling like a fish. So I'd rather look like a fish. B, would you rather be able to speak to animals or speak all languages? I answered that one. I said all languages. Oh my goodness. Would you rather... Oh my gosh, this is so sad. Would you rather know how you will die or when you will die? Maybe how. How. I don't want to know when. Because if you say... I don't know, because sometimes, depending on what you're doing, you can, guess how you might die. But if you say you're going to die playing a word search, I could be playing word searches when I'm 90. You feel what I mean? That's really sad. I do not like that question. Would you rather speak your mind or never be able to speak again? I said speak my mind because I talk entirely too much to never be able to speak again. My mind, man. Would you rather have 3 kids and no money or no kids with $1 million? Ooh, that's sad. What the heck? What the heck? Would I rather have 3 kids and no money? Here's the thing. I don't want to have 3 kids and not be able to take care of them. That's more sad than me not having kids but being well off. Because those kids are suffering, right? So I guess no kids with $1 million because I want to have kids, but if I have no money, it would not be wise for me to put kids into that situation. So I think I'd rather have no kids with $1 million. I'm not answering that one. Would I rather live in space or under the sea? Under the sea. I'd rather live under the sea. I read that one the other day. Ooh. These are hard. So I don't like sad questions. I don't like hard questions that make me really have to think because I will genuinely sit here and really think about it. So maybe I'll click on this and answer them for your sake, right? It says, would you rather... Impossible edition. Yeah, this is truly impossible. I just read a couple of them and I'm already like really stressed out. Would you rather always have to tell the truth or always have to lie? Always have to tell the truth. if I feel something bad coming, some bad juju, and I'm like, you don't want to know my answer to that, I might just have to tell them to stay away. Don't bring that over here to me, because I'm going to have to tell you what's up, and you might not like my answer, you know what I'm saying? Would I rather never be able to speak again or have to say everything on my mind? That's just not good, because I'm a nice person, right? I consider myself a nice person. I would never want to hurt anyone's feelings. I'm always going to be nice to everybody, right? I respect everybody, love everybody, right? Treat everybody kindly. But before I decide to be nice to you and say something nice, sometimes, I might have a bit of a toot, can't lie. Might have a bit of, I don't know, some judgment behind my eyes, I can't lie. Even though I might feel that, I would never want to say that and hurt someone's feelings. So it might be hard for me to think something nice quick enough so that when my mouth gets ready to say it, it comes out nice. That would stress me out so bad. But I can't never be able to speak again. So I guess I just have to say everything on my mind and pray that I have nice thoughts that day. Would I rather be able to wash my hair only once a year or be forced to wear wet socks for the rest of my life? Probably wet socks for the rest of my life, just because... Wait, okay. They said wash my hair every day. This means I can't rinse it. Or nah, here's the thing. Dirty hair has a very loud smell. You can always tell when someone's hair is dirty. I don't want to be smelling dirty, right? Now, if I'd be forced to wear wet socks for the rest of my life, that's really disgusting, I can't lie. Nah, I'd like to wash my hair only once a year, I think. Because if my socks are wet, my feet are going to be itchy. My feet are going to be itchy. If it's cold, my feet are going to be cold. My feet are already always cold, same as my hands, so that would really suck. And I just feel like, I don't know, if I can only wash my hair once a year, that's a really long time, once a year. These are hard. These are impossible. These are truly impossible. I'm going to have to go with wash my hair only once a year and just pray that my scalp doesn't have a fit in, need water or something. I don't know. What socks for the rest of my life? Would I maybe get used to it? Would I get used to feeling like my feet are wet all the time? Would that... You know what? Wait. Be allowed to wash your hair only once a year for the rest of my life? I'm assuming that's for the rest of my life. I'm gonna have to wash my hair once a year, I think. Make it halfway through the year. Annually. Halfway through the year, you get to wash your hair. I don't know. Would I rather be in a real-life version of The Walking Dead or be in a real-life version of American Horror Story? I don't know anything about American Horror Story. I don't know what they do on there. I know it's a bunch of twisted up situations, but twisted up how? And is it thrillery, or is it more ghostly, haunted things? I don't know. I really don't know. But I know I've seen bits and pieces of The Walking Dead, and it's disgusting. It's horrifying, terrifying, exhausting. I don't want to do that. Maybe American Horror Story, I feel like. Ooh. Would I rather run my tongue down a New York City sidewalk? Okay, so call the priest because you're dead? Is that who you call? Is that the person that, reads the Bible passage at your funeral? Call that guy because you're dead. Or press your tongue into a stranger's nostril? Why is this disgusting? I can't lie though, I'm gonna have to choose a stranger's nostril because I just know the New York City sidewalk is gonna take me out. I just have absolutely no doubt that is gonna finish me. I don't know. Would you rather have hiccups for the rest of your life or always feel like you're about to sneeze but you can't? hiccups for the rest of my life, because hiccups could be few and far between. If I hiccuped like once every 10 minutes, whatever. Always feeling like you're about to sneeze though. Always? No. But have hiccups, it's like blah 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 blah. Wah, wah, wah. Have you guys heard that? Wah, wah, wah. Such and such, so on and so on. That'd be fine. Use sandpaper as toilet paper, or use hot sauce as eye drops. I think I would honestly do hot sauce. That's gonna burn. But trying to actually get clean with sandpaper, wait, hang on. They didn't say like, I'm assuming I have to like, really get in there with some sandpaper. But if I just like, do a little something, and then need to use some sandpaper to just kind of like, pat or whatever, TMI, but like just, you know what I'm saying? I don't know. They didn't say like I would have to actually like get in there. So, hey, because they didn't specify, I'm going to say if I just, do a little something and I just need a little, pat, whatever, I'm going to do sandpaper versus hot sauce. No. Ew. Would I rather be sticky for the rest of my life or be itchy for the rest of my life? Like my hands would be sticky? Or like everything about me would be sticky for the rest of my life, or I would be itchy for the rest of my life. These are hard. Sticky. I think I would rather be sticky. It's gonna be really annoying, but itchy is like, you can't ignore being itchy. So, okay, let's do this one. Would you rather, wait. Okay. Would I rather meet my ancestors or my grandchildren? I read this in one of my other ones. I think I would rather... Ooh. I think I would like to meet my grandchildren, but only as babies. I don't want to know them as people. Because... I want to see them be born and see them like exist, but I don't necessarily want to, because like what if they're not like nice people, I get so like worried. Or like my ancestors, same thing. If I went to meet my ancestors, that'd be cool, but only if they were good people. I wouldn't want to know them if they were like, So I want to meet my grandchildren, but only as babies, when they're just like innocent little babies, and I know that they're of my bloodline and all of that, right? I don't want to see them and be like, oh my gosh, like that's my grandchild, That's terrible, but like I don't love them anyway. But like, what if they, I don't know, steal a lot, or what if they do something that like that would stress me out, and I'm worried about them, like they dropped out of school and they're struggling, or like they're with this person that I feel like isn't good for them. Things like that. I'd want to know them as a baby when they haven't done any of that yet, and I can feel hopeful that they'll have a good life. You know what I mean? I don't know. That's so like, that is so weird. I don't know. But anyway, would I rather have more time or more money? More money. More time doesn't, that's so vague, I don't know, when, I don't know when. You know what I mean? So I feel like to say I need more time, maybe I don't. I could live to like 104. That is plenty of time. But right here, right now, in this very moment, as I'm talking to y'all, I could really use a little bit more money. Can't lie. Oh, I read those. Ha. This says, would I rather be Batman or be Spider-Man? I'm going to say, would I rather be with Batman or be with Spider-Man, right? I would rather be with Spider-Man. Spider-Man is my man. I love Spider-Man. When I get a boyfriend, right? When I get a boyfriend, he will be dressing up as Spider-Man for Halloween. He will. He, in fact, will. He's gonna love it. He's gonna love it. And I'm gonna love it even more, and that should make him happy, right? Yeah. Okay. Would I rather receive cash or receive gifts? In this very moment, would I rather someone give me a gift or give me money? A gift. Because they thought about me and it's a surprise. I like surprises to an extent, right? To a point. I like surprises, and I would just be so overwhelmed with like, oh my gosh, you thought about me and you wanted to give me a gift. I think that is so sweet. So a gift. Would I rather only make phone calls or only be able to text? Only be able to text. If I had to call you, that's really inconvenient most of the time. I feel like there's a 50-50 chance that people are going to pick up the phone when you call, and that chance that they might not pick up is too big. If I need to tell you something, I'd rather just text it to you and let you answer when you have time. You feel what I mean? Ooh. Would I rather read an awesome book or watch an awesome movie? I think watch an awesome movie. I do feel extremely satisfied and happy when when I read a really good book. I just feel like that was so good, and I love that. But the chances of me rereading a good book versus watching a good movie, it's lower than me watching a good movie again. I think because there are so many things that might take me away from reading my book or might stop me from finishing my book again, versus me watching a movie. I could do that almost anywhere, anytime. And most people feel that way about reading, but for me, I read pretty much only when I have nothing else to do. If I want to watch a movie, I'm going to make time to watch a movie. You know what I'm saying? So probably watch an awesome movie. Okay. That's the end of that one. I don't want to read that. Ooh, these are kind of cute. Okay. Would you rather slide down rainbows or jump on clouds? Jumping on clouds is kind of cool. I think jump on clouds, for sure. Definitely jump on clouds. Because sliding down rainbows, I don't like roller coasters. And high rides with low, fast drops and stuff like that. It would be magical and everything, but no. Realistically, I think I'd be terrified to go till they'd be like, oh, you need to ride down the rainbow. I'd be like, please don't make me ride down the rainbow. I don't want you. That's how I'd feel about that, I feel like. But jumping on clouds, I could do that. Would I rather be a wizard or a superhero? A superhero. What would be my superpower? Probably speed. I want to be fast so bad. I want to be be able to, that's so cool. That's so cool. Be able to talk to animals or read people's minds. We've done that 10 times now. Would I rather have wings or mermaid tail? Wings. That'd be really, really cool. I just can't imagine. A mermaid tail is cute and everything, in theory, but it seems inconvenient unless I literally live in the water or I can pick and choose when I want to have it. But even so, I don't know, mermaids are so cool. I loved H2O growing up, right? That was me right there. Me and my sisters loved H2O. And I wanted to be a mermaid because of that. I thought mermaids were so cool. But now that I'm older, I feel like that would just be so inconvenient. So maybe wings. I think I would rather have wings. And, pick and choose when I can. Wait, when would I need to have wings? Based on looks, wings look cooler to me. I can't lie. Having wings is cooler. Okay, I'm thinking fairy. Oh, that's so cute. If I could be a fairy versus a mermaid, I want to be a fairy. That's so freaking adorable. I want to be a fairy. Would you rather it snow or rain every single day? Snow. I'd rather it snow every day. Rain is nice and relaxing and comfortable, but only for a little while. I think, and I said that about snow, like snow is really cool, but only for a little while. But if it were constantly snowing, that's pretty. If it were constantly raining, that might start to feel gloomy. I've never felt sad about snow. Snow is always like, oh, it's snowing. It's always so cool to see the snow. But sometimes you see the rain and you're like, oh, it's raining. I don't know. Based off how I feel like those two things make me feel. And sometimes I get really excited about the rain. So I'm like, ooh, it's going to be such a rainy day. It's going to be cloudy. And the rain is loud and it's heavy and I get to relax and just unwind and just be so chill, right? But sometimes I'm like, I wish the sun would come up, and it's raining. The sun can show when it's raining. Okay, if it's like a summer rain, that's so cutesy. But if it's snowing, that means it's going to be cold, right? This is a hard one, guys. I don't know. What do you think? I said snowing initially, but maybe rain. Rain because the sun can show and it can sprinkle, it can pour, it can just kind of like, toss a few here and there. But if the sun is out, I'm cool. If it's snowing, though, it has to be like cold enough for it to snow. Not even just for it to stick, but for it to snow, it has to be a certain temperature. And I'm okay with the cold, but I want it to be warm sometimes. And a summer rain is just so romantic. I just like it. I don't know. So rain. That was a long answer. Would you rather drink milk or apple juice with every meal? I don't like milk at all. And I'm allergic to apple juice. If I wasn't allergic to apple juice, though, probably apple juice. Would you rather live in a house of straw or a house of sticks? Sticks. I'm also allergic to straw. Like, when you're talking about like hay, I'm allergic to hay. Sticks remind me of like log cabins, right? Probably that. Would you rather spend a day in the desert or a day in the jungle? Just a day? Jungle would be pretty freaking cool. Except for I feel like in a desert, I wouldn't be bothered by like the animals as much as I would be in the jungle. The jungle, there's so many insects. It looks very humid in the jungle, so you're like sticky, you're uncomfortable. Y'all, I don't like that thing. In the jungle, you might be sticky and uncomfortable. In a desert, it's going to be hot. There may be a sandstorm, right? There may be a snake, but I just doubt I'm going to be like attacked by snakes. If I were in the jungle, I may be attacked by spiders and ants, and like I might get bit by something that like makes my legs swell up. The jungle just sounds so dangerous. A day in the desert, I could do a desert. I don't know. The only thing about it, okay, think about being in a jungle though. I feel like I could find shelter in a jungle quicker and easier than I could find shelter in a desert because it's so wide open and it's like just sand, and wherever you need to go, you have to walk so far to reach anything. So if I were just boom, plopped in either a desert or a jungle and had to survive, I think a jungle. I think I could use a jungle's resources quicker and easier than I could in a desert because I wouldn't have to travel as much. A jungle, there are trees everywhere. There's water somewhere. Like I said, there's trees everywhere. So if I could climb a tree and just sit up there for a little while and all that. A jungle might be easier. Would I rather make my dreams come true or make other people's dreams come true? It's so sweet. I think I am gonna have to say make my dreams come true though, because that's one of those things where I feel like not necessarily doing things for other people, but controlling how things turn out for other people is kind of like messing with time or messing with the future or messing with fate and stuff like that. And I don't like doing that. So like making other people's dreams come true, I feel like that's each person's individual choice and like obligation. If you want it, you have to make it happen, right? I can't do that for you. So I feel like I'd rather make my own dreams come true, just because personally I would rather know that I did it versus it wasn't even me, she did it for me. You know what I'm saying? That'd be kind of crazy. Like, you'd think that you put in all this hard work and all this focus into making your dreams come true, and when in reality, this girl was like, I really want her dreams to come true, and so she just made it happen for you, and you thought you did it. That'd be crazy. All right, y'all, it's been an hour. That went by pretty quick, but I can't lie, I'm a bit tired, and I'm also getting hungry, and I'm just trying not to like snack a whole bunch. You feel what I mean? Not right before bed. It's literally 12:19. I just need to go to sleep. I need to go to sleep. So thanks for coming on if you came on. Thanks for watching this after the live if you watch it after the live. I'll be live again. ITK when? I want to go live again tomorrow, but I'm getting my hair done tomorrow. So I know that I won't, because I'll be taking this down, washing and blow drying, and then getting it braided. You feel what I mean? And then so I'm going to say this real quick. I have school 4 days out of the week, right? Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. And I don't play about going to sleep when I get home after. When I get home, I change, eat dinner, and conk out right there on my bed. Usually mid-dinner. You feel what I mean? And there's just no time or energy to put towards going live and talking. Fridays, I don't have school. And then, Saturdays and Sundays, I'm good. But Fridays, I'm usually really tired. Friday, what's today, Saturday? Friday as in yesterday, I slept in and I also took a nap. I was so sleepy. So Fridays aren't a guarantee, but I am going to try and make Fridays a guarantee. And then also Saturdays and Sundays. So at least almost the same amount of time that I'm out of school will be put towards going live. And then in between, then I'm going to try and post clips of lives that I've done, just to make sure that there's always kind of something flowing on the channel, if you know what I mean. Also I always want to say follow me on YouTube. Also subscribe to my YouTube. I'll be posting clips on there as well, like shorts and stuff. But yeah, so I guess I'll see you guys hopefully, what did I just say? Not tomorrow. Hopefully Friday, next Friday. Okay? All right, bye.